Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and today I've got another great video for you. I've been showing you in the past how you get into the tokens on day one and make astronomical gains. Sometimes it can be from a 1, 2 or maybe even a 3x. And I've told you how to trade these tokens, what to look for, how to get in, how to get out. But there's one big question that everyone's been asking me on my socials, on a lot of other channels that I look at. And that's, how do you find out what tokens are coming up for day one? Where do you get this absolutely gold information from? When are the ICOs coming out? When are the IEOs coming out? How do you get on the whitelist? And all that cool stuff that allows you to get in on a token from day one to get them 1000x gains. Now, this only really happens on the main tokens or the low cap, low kind of level tokens that are coming to the market. It could be the main tokens with the Dodge, the Baby and stuff like that, but there's also tokens out there that are just literally out there new, no real fundamentals, and people just don't know about them. And I'm going to tell you in today's video, although this is not financial advice and I know a lot of people may have different opinions on this, but all I'm going to do is tell you how I find the tokens, where I look, and how I pick out a good ICO to look to get that next 1000 gains or a 2x from day one. So if you want to find out this valuable core information for trading on these main tokens or new tokens to the market, stay tuned and let's get into the video. Welcome everyone. So before we jump into today's video, I just want to say anything you see, hear, choose to ignore in this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and especially in this video, it's not financial advice. It's just what I do to access my day one trading in these main tokens or new tokens to the market, and how I try and get my gains probably to between 100 and 150% if I can. Worst case scenario, it's 50. Best case scenario, it's a 4x. But before that also, I'd like to say, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, smash that subscribe and tickle that bell notification. And also jump over to cryptoripto.com. Over there is my website that I update, and it's got a lot of cool information on there. It tells you what the sentiment in the market is. Are people buying Ethereum? You can click the 5-minute, the 15-minute, whatever you choose, and it'll tell you over the last 5 minutes or 15 minutes a strong sell or it's a strong buy. There's also a heat map on there, tells you a lot of information about what is strong crypto, where's buying. Obviously the dark ones are, everyone's into XRP. Other the dark ones, they're the most gains, the red ones and so on. But just a bit of cool information for you. But now jumping back into the main question of today is, how do I find my day one token? Well, there's a number of areas. So I'm going to go through 3 of them. There's the ones that I find on the Binance Smart Chain, the ones that I find on Polkerdot, and there's also just a generalized one. So if I'm looking for something on the Binance Smart Chain, I will pop over to this website here, BSCPad, because this tells me about up and coming projects, and it also tells me about what projects have been. So then you can go over to their website, look at the launch date, you can go over to their socials, see what the hype is, because obviously there's a couple of things that you need to know about day one tokens. You need to check, first of all, when's the token coming to market. Then you need to check its socials to make sure it's got the hype, it's got the the euphoria, the information behind that token. So go into their Telegram, go into their Twitter, see if people are buzzing for it. Then you need to know like where to look at that token's chart. So if it's the Binance Smart Chain, most of the time that's on PooCoin. Now, I have done a video about how you trade these day one tokens, how you get in, how you get out, what you look for, but I am going to briefly touch on this today. I did a video of how I sort of scalped a token called FIDE, and you'll see that that token's here. And this is what is exactly where I seen it. It was Vanadize was in here, projects coming soon, and I followed it, and what happened is I went over, once I found out what it was, I went over to the social, seen that this was an actual social media token. It's run by influencers. So I thought, oh, this is going to get the hype. Then obviously I did a video on it. So I jumped into PooCoin on day one, wait for the time of the launch. You wait for the bots to pump it up. So they'll pump it up, they'll drop it. And if you've been following me about how I do my technical analysis, because I'm a big technical analysis guy, you'll see you've got to wait for it to drop all the way down and then find what's called a bullish momentum candle. And this is a massive bullish momentum candle. That's your entry point. And you would have seen that I did this live. So I did this as and when. So I showed you this before it was even coming to market. So I actually put a video up but 3 hours before. Then I showed you me going in where I was going to go in. Then I showed you what the pump was. Then I showed you it was going to flow all the way down and steady out and bottom, and then it'll start climbing again. So if you'd have followed just what I did, obviously again not financial advice, you would have known this token's coming out a few hours before anyway. But now you know that you can find this information out on the BSCPad. It's bscpad.com, but just Google it, and this will give you a lot of Binance Smart Chain kind of projects that are new or coming out, and you can look at them and do a bit of research into them before. Then you've got to do your social media research, because the only way this token's going to do good is if it's got the hype and people are putting money in it. Then you need to come to PooCoin. Now let's jump into Polkerstarter. Now I don't really trade a lot of Polkerstarter ones, but you can have a look at it. If you're a big Polkerstarter fan, you need to go to polkerstarter.com, and this is all the Polkadot platform, and you'll see up and coming pools, featured pools, and you can sort of get in these ones early. These are pretty stable. You still got to do your research on them. You still got to do all your due diligence and everything like that. So do your research. But you know, you've probably seen a Pokemon token, and this is the other side of Pokemon polls. You got other stuff that's pretty cool in there, super farm, etc. But that's just another aspect. Look at that. That might be for a lot of you. It's not for me, but it might be for a lot of you. So I did think I'll put that in briefly, just so you can see. Now, all of that rambling that you probably had enough of, the big question is, what is my favorite area where I get to see a lot of ICOs coming to the market? As you can see on the BSCPad there, sometimes there's only 1, 2, 3, and you might have to wait 10, 15 days. But where do I see a lot of ICOs coming in? Well, there's an absolutely kind of crypto gold website of ICOs that are coming to the market, and that's called ICO Drops. And I'm just going to bang it on the screen now. Boom. This bad boy here, ICO Drops, is absolutely valuable. Now, I know there's a lot of people that talk about this stuff on the crypto channels and stuff. They don't even know about this ICO Drops because it's not widely out there. But if you have a look, and the reason I've got the HOD token up there is because this is where I seen it. And if we go back to the actual platform, you can see we've got active ICOs, we've got up and coming, and we've got ended. But look at the vast amount of up and coming ICOs. We've got 232. So look at that pool of you to like dive into. But also, you've got more chance of a lot of them being absolute shite, absolute rug pulls, and not great at all. So be careful when going into whitelists, because going into the whitelist, you take the big risk of that token being a bit of a scam, being a rug pull. If you wait to day one, then obviously the token's trading. So you're literally buying in and out on day one token trade. But also you can just look into a couple of these. I mean, if you click into one, it'll tell you information about it. And if it just looks copy and pasted and not real great information out there, you know it's probably just a shite one, and you've got to be cautious. But if it's got like stuff, it's got the website here, it's got the socials. This is what I'm saying, why it's absolute gold, because all your information's in one pot. It's saying it's going to be the BET token, BNB, which means Binance, swapping on PancakeSwap, easy and cheap to do. You can click into these, go and look on the website, do a bit of research, information. Again, crypto gold. Then you can look at the socials, see if the hype, euphoria is there. Again, that is great. And also, you can see here that it's got like screenshots of what it's going to do. And you could just click on these and think, okay, well, the role of the token's a utility, and just gives you a bit of information that's going to help you when looking at it. And obviously there's a little bit of a question board down here. But for me, this is why this is important, because obviously you can go on there and think, okay, yeah, that's great, it's coming up to market soon, and token sale starts in 20 hours. So there you go. That's pretty much it, and that is the goal in a marketplace. Absolutely gold. Now the reason I'm going to show you again, go to HOD, and this is where I did find this one. And again, there's a video on there, but I'm going to show you the price chart action again. So there was a token called ODD, and it came out on the 14th of June. I did actually make quite a bit of money on this, because I was able to get in and out 3 times on this token. And they had all the social media, the hype. They had big influencers following them, putting it up. They had the white paper, the website. They had a lot of information. They had a lot of stuff, including their team. Look at this, including, you could see who was even behind it. The leaders, they were putting their face to it. So for me, this was a no-brainer. And I got all this information from this ICO drop site. So I waited for day one, 14th of June, and bang, it didn't disappoint, because again, you recognize that pattern on that candle? That's exactly what we said with a bullish candle on the one that we got in on Fanadite. So the bots pumped it up, shrinking. Then we got that massive bullish candle confirmation. We got in and 122% up. We cashed out. It went down again, all the way down here. We got a bullish momentum here. We brought in, and I did this one again. You can see how I went in this. There's a video on it. Go look on the channel, and you can see that. But again, with a bullish momentum candle, it wasn't life-changing, but we got another 50%. So that was 150%, and I went in heavy with this because it was a bit more of a solid token, like you've seen, with the team behind it, with all the information. And then what I did is, when all that was said and done and I took my profits out, I waited to do what I said that happens to these projects all the time. And that's it. It was on a downtrend all the way down. And then I brought in at the bottom here. I'm not going to lie, this was kind of area that I brought in. And I put in a lot of money in this token just to hold, really. And obviously I'm in profits again. You see, it's not, when you actually look at it and someone explains it to you like in terms and gives you the chance to just get the information, because that's all I'm doing. You don't have to be a crypto trading expert. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You just need a fighting chance to know where the information comes from, because you could probably build yourself into a good trader and a good strategy. You just need someone to kickstart you off and give you the tools. And that's all I want to do on this video. I just want to give you the tools, where you find these tokens, where you get the information, how you do it, and then you go practice. Do it with $10. Do it with no money. Just do practice ones. There's a lot of coins and a lot of tokens coming out there. As we say here, tokens everywhere. Just practice. There's enough for you to practice on. And then when you think you're ready, you're going to get good. Bang. Release that trigger and make that money, baby. Let's go from beans on toast to steak dinners. And high five, virtual high five to you, because that's what we want. So I know I was a bit passionate about this, and I hope everything's made sense. Like I said, if you're not sure about anything before you start, just leave a comment below and I'll try and get back to everyone. But before I go, I just want to give you one bonus momentum, and this is also a good place for looking for new tokens coming to the market, and that is Reddit. Now, obviously, you know all about the hype in Reddit. Now, the reason I just look in and out and I get the odd gem from there is because there's a lot of information. You know, Reddit's quite messy. You have to decipher it. And then obviously there's a lot of scams on there. But there is a lot of information you can look at on Reddit, and people post in the old crypto communities. Just go on there. We'll pop on now. We'll have a quick look at one. But obviously it's not been put on an ICO channel, and there's no screenshots on there. It could just be anyone posting that, and it could be a little bit more of a scam. So one, probably, I don't know, 60-70% of the time than not, just make sure you do a lot of research and due diligence if you look at Reddit. For me, I like the ICO thing a bit more because they have to put screenshots and information on there, but also Reddit. And if we'll just pop in there quickly, as you can see here, we've got crypto up, and there's one just coming out actually, launching tomorrow at 4. Missed it, the BC token. You can click in here, look at the comments, what people have said. Obviously, you got the moderator comments said, just warn, I hope it's not a scam, but you'll have people saying it's good shape, blah, blah. It'll tell you a bit about it, tokenomics. 9 times out of 10, they have the website. I don't know if this one does. Yep, maybe down here we'll have the website or whatever it is, and it'll just give you a bit of information. So Reddit can be a place where you can look at things and type in crypto, and then people say obviously what tokens are coming out, and they'll give you a lot of information. But like I say, you can join these groups, but just be cautious and see what the general consensus is from a lot of other people. But Reddit is obviously another good source. So with that being said, I hope you found all this information useful. I hope you can practice, trade, do what you need to do to get yourself really good at it, and hopefully you're prosperous and make a lot of money. But as always, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.